4 p.m.
Check, check, check. Check, check, check. There we go. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Ooh, that's smooth. Sounding real smooth. Maybe a little bit of a less ducking. Maybe a little less. And here, going to filters, going to that compressor. Threshold can be a little more, and the ratio can be a little less, right? Right. Threshold can be a little less. Ratio can be higher, a little lower. Ratio of 2, not too bad. 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1. Yeah, that's all right. A little more. 3 to 1, 3 to 1. Check, check. Hey, everybody, what's up? Check, check. Hey, what's up, everybody? Check, check. Hey, everybody. Hey. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. It's my... Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Check, check, check. Yo, yo. Yeah, that's nice. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Mike Flex here at 7 Studios. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mike Flex. Check, check, check. You should be able to hear my typing, right? We could do a little gate, though. That's what I've not done. Check, 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 check. If I can put a filter, it says there's a noise gate. Check, check, check. Check, check. That's not bad. It's not bad. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I'll have to work on that noise gate. Sorry if you've been just tuning in and you're like, oh my god, he's live. What am I doing now? I'm sorry, I'm audio testing my stream, and it's been quite a while since I had all of this stuff set up in a way that was accessible to me, because I've got 2 little ones and I had repurposed my office space, and now I've relocated it once again. I have relocated myself for like the 4th time in a year. So getting it all set up again, getting all the levels set, getting the audio card configured correctly, a lot of stuff. So I'll be good to go in like 2 minutes, and then we're gonna jump right in. I'm gonna share this stream on a few things. Thanks for standing by, everybody. Should turn this down a little bit, huh? Voice gets a little loud. I'm a little boomy. Boom, boom, boomy. Oh, I gotta pull that up again. What am I thinking? all right. We should be able to get into it. Boom. How are we, everybody? We are here in Cinema 4D, ready to jam and turn down the tunes a little bit. Come on, tunes. Let's see, how can I do it? This way? Maybe? I don't know if that actually does anything. Maybe it does. I'm still learning to use this SoundCloud app called SoundCloud. It's like spelled like Gaelic or something, Irish, I don't know. But I've got one of those new loop deck devices and still working out that a little bit. Thought it would make things significantly easier, but it's not like way easier. Like a little easier. Okay, cool. So I can control that right there. Now I know. Anytime that I gotta turn it down, I can just do it right on my keyboard. Cool. So what's up, everybody? I'm in and out of a couple projects right now, but I recently signed up for Lights Camera Render, as you can see in the upper left of the screen, and it has been so fun just getting started. I mean, it's an 8-week course, and we're just doing the initial introduction to what's going to be taught, as well as basically being given a little trial setup here to just start using the assets. And the assets are like a huge part of this. Basically, you know, we've got a huge collection of textures, models, you name it, cars, people, etc., and obviously buildings, and we're going to be able to combine those together and get our own looks and try and get some cinematic stuff based on, as you can see in the upper right, I have PureRef, and PureRef is a free app. It's a pay what you want, but you can get it for free. And I just have a bunch of you type cyberpunk city in Google to come up with tons of concept art in this style, and I just pulled over a bunch that I like, and I can use these as reference. As I was messing around with the assets, I came up with some pretty cool ideas that I think I'm going to use to kind of inject a little bit of a narrative into what I'm doing, because the initial thing that we're rendering here, I mean, I might as well just open it, right? Let's see what we got. Week 1. I already opened too many things. Let's see. Did a new daily today. That was really fun. We can get into that a little bit later. But working with this negative space optical illusion that I've been looking at ever since I was a little kid, and just recreated that and added some cool psychedelic effects and stuff. Let's see here. We're gonna go into my homework renders. Homework. I did a render of it. So we've got in here this test render. This is a render that I did of the default scene, or not default, but the instructor's scene, using the models and assets that we were given. Obviously he's awesome and created a really, really fun to look at scene, and then the actual animations themselves are amazing, and we're just being taught, from scratch how to build this up ourselves. And it's not all just dragging and dropping. There's a whole lot of customization that needs to happen to create everything from the road to the garbage on the road, to where everything is placed and everything. So he's done all that here, and I have to basically do my own version of that, staying within theme, and I'm gonna do 3 to 5 angles, and I'm just going to be combining my own stuff. So I might not use that car, I might not use those specific buildings, and may not have this camera angle whatsoever. So in the experimentations that I've been doing so far, where are we? in the experimentations that I've got so far on my first kind of like aha moment was I was browsing through the kit bash files for the buildings, and I placed a light on the front of my camera and made it a child of it. So as I was panning around the scene, I was able to get this really creepy look. And I think that one should be on tap here. Let's see. Jumping, selfie. I'll show those ones later. I basically started to go crazy creating a bunch of, you know, custom combinations of things into things that make sense for me, because we got the assets all willy-nilly. So I took all the characters and I put those in one scene. I took all of their accessories and I put those in another scene, and so it shouldn't be too hard to pull those in. And then another thing that I've been doing lately, that I should probably try to do now that I'm thinking of it, is I should create a new catalog or preset, whatever here. New catalog, new preset library. Got my 7 Studios one, so I think I can just do preset library. We can name this LCR 2021. And then within this, you can say create preset library. And I should be able to be like, vehicles, something like that. Still guessing here. I'm still guessing. So when you create that, it goes into the content browser when you do a preset library. But when you do a catalog, that's different because there's like catalogs, right? Here we go. 7 Studios catalog. Pretty sure I created a new catalog. I should. Let's do it. New catalog. And this one's going to be called Lights Camera Render 2021. Sorry, my brain's like just getting up to speed. I've been away from the computer for a while. So what I want to do here, probably in my 2021 school homework, and or I'll do this assets, make new folder. I'm gonna call this C4D catalog. I'm just making this up as I go. If it works, it works. Okay. So I believe that now that I've done that, I should be able to say new preset library, and within this, I should say, I think I can do one inside here. I'm just gonna try vehicles. Create another. No, preset library, check for permissions and identical names. Yeah. The 7 Studios. Oh, wow. So I created these 2, and now anytime I right click on something within a content browser, I should be able to say add to catalog. So the point of me doing what I'm doing here is I'm setting up like a repository, and when I go to create you know, a combination of assets or whatever, I can just drag them into the content browser and then have them always on the right, easily grabbable from here, and sorted in a way that makes sense to me and the way that I work. The way that we took all of these assets in, they're literally like fresh out of the asset pack. Some of them have been edited by David before he saved them and comped them and sent them out to us. And as a result, we have to relink a lot of textures and all these things. So really, really good training for what it's like to do a real world job and to say, oh, you know, like I can't model this myself. I'm going to go buy it from Turbo Squid or you know, get it prepared by another artist, and then when you get it and you start working with it, sometimes it's just so out of context to what you do that I think that this content browser thing saves me from having to go over into my Explorer and drag stuff in, and means that I can just keep the workflow up and always have that stuff and see it there. So recently I added the French monkey kit bash thing, and I think there was one that came with this asset browser as well. Go to non-catalogs. Home. No, this third one in hard surfaces. Here's LCR, 3D objects, vehicles, presets. RK hard surfaces is this one I just recently added. And this is a ton of different little stuff that we can pull in, but you can see that it's like just so much easier to, you know, be able to have it here on the right, and as you're working, like see that stuff there, just pictures of it, instead of having to go over into your browser and to like see just file names for the things, or just, you know, like these are 3D files, like what I have to remember what it is by the name. But in this thing's case, now I haven't figured out specifically when you drag and drop, or when you create your own, it'll create a thumbnail, and I thought it would create a thumbnail like of the thing that you drop in, but mine have been coming up black, so I'm gonna have to watch a tutorial to figure out how to make them look all fancy like they look here. But you know, this is, let me just delete my default fancy creepy object here named delete me, and you can see that just dragging these in, that's like amazing, and you can really get to work super quick. So even if you wanted to put all those things in a cloner and just go crazy with it, you could automatically have something, you know, fun to be looking at, working with, whatever. I see some stuff in here that I might be able to use for my scene, just looking at it. But now that I created a few of my own here, I'm still trying to figure out, as you were watching, how to, like, you know, get all my own stuff. So I did this one, I have a bust in there. I don't know why. Create preview? Yeah, that's where it's set preview. I guess you can make it your own image. That's really cool. Let me do that again. All files, 3D formats, picture formats. Interesting. Preferences. Really interesting. Yeah. I think I'll have to watch some tutorial on that. But before I go too much further, I'm going to share this in the group. I'm on Twitch. I'm not really looking at Streamlabs right now because I got so many. I need another screen, if you can believe it. One person watching. What's up? Whoever it is. Hey, hey. Say hey in the chat, and I'll know you there. But I'm going to share this quickly. Gotta go. Page. Taking forever. The internet's been so weird lately. Let me turn this up a little bit while I do my figuring out. Okay, there should be a stream. There it is. I will copy the link address. I gotta share this on a couple things. Share it on my personal page, share it in my group, and in the group for lights, camera, render. Got me. Yes. Boop. Bloop. And now let's share it to the group. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. I'm sure other people have better things to do than watch this today, but other people don't. So that's the point of sharing. There's a lot of other people in my class, and you know, most of them probably are working on this right now. Maybe they leave me open on a side screen as they do their work. If they're a little newer to this stuff, I don't mind, you know, helping people figure this stuff out. So I created 7 Studios presets. I created this vehicles one. Yeah, no, the way I'm just trying to get like subfolders, and I don't think that that's gonna work. So I've got my 7 Studios. Can I rename this one? Let's just do that. This is gonna be LCR. Boom. So anytime that I go to this, like catalogs or whatever it is, presets, I think it's called, LCR 2021. Then I should be able to get the prepped things that I put in there. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's just, oh, there's one up there already. I'm so stupid. Delete. I'm hilarious. One delete. Boop. Okay. Anyway. I'm still trying to find a place to dock this that makes sense for me. I have it in the upper right. Oh, it's going to be completely obscured by pure ref, so you guys aren't even going to see what I've been doing that whole time. That's cute. So this is the content browser. I guess let's just put it there. I don't know. Maybe all the way on the bottom. I don't know where it's going to feel best yet, but Octane, I will dock here in the scene. That will help us. And I haven't decided on what aspect ratio I want to do it at. I think we're supposed to do it at 1920 by 1080, but I just really like it's kind of limiting. I either want to make it super widescreen or like something like that. I'm gonna open some of the scene files that I had, just to test them. My mercenary is totally messed up, and I kind of liked it. Let's see. Whoa. Good deal. No reason. Is this gonna be a texture thing that's going on? Let's see. So apparently this is a common issue to have. Project Asset Inspector. Yeah. So they're all busted here. So if you select them all and you globalize the file names. Pause. Oh yeah, I think you have to relink them and then globalize them. Relink. Search folder for relink assets. You go to assets. Boop. It's gonna search through. Got most of them. I think all of them. Yeah, nice. There they are. And now if I select them all, right click, globalize file names, right? I think that'll do it. And then I have to save it, right? I'm gonna close this file. I'm gonna say open the guns again. Boop. Hopefully that'll just light right up. There it is. So like, check this out. These assets are already super sick. I mean, like, I don't even have to do anything to these to make them look really cool. So what that does is that empowers me and everybody else who has them to just, you know, like pose things like in this like infinite action figure wonderland. So you know, once you do that, it's not just about like placing things, you know, in a particular spot. You really have to think of it like a cinematographer, and you know, a little bit of everything. You got to get composition in there, you got to get lighting, and you have to do that stuff manually and make those artistic decisions. So even though we have all this stuff pre-made, it really doesn't do a lot for us. It just saves us a step of having to make this stuff, which is a rabbit hole in and of itself. And I'm seeing the merit in this project of commissioning other people to make assets and or purchasing pre-made ones just to get your idea across. It's like, but I know how to make a sword, or see somebody's sword and like, oh, I could do that myself. It's like, yeah, well, it's gonna go take you freaking 10 hours minimum of your own time to make a sword, because you're gonna get stuck, you're gonna watch a tutorial, all that. So sometimes it's worth it to just drop a couple bucks on something sweet, or go and find something that's more open source and editing it, or just putting it in as is. And if you stylize the scene, I mean, like, sometimes you can't even tell that you're using some other asset. It's like sampling, if you completely change it, most people have no idea where it's from. So this is a bunch of weapons that are taken from all of those different dudes. So if I go into the content browser, select, I think, all of these guns. Maybe if I go into objects, swords, guns, go into content browser, and I drag them in. No. See, that was why I had the content browser somewhere else, because I was dragging things directly into it. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is totally guessing. Guns, swords. So each of those nulls came in, and now I just want to, for fun, go over into this blank scene with nothing in it. I just want to pull guns in, and boom, I got some guns. I want to pull swords in. Boom, I got some swords. So all of the, like, I drive myself a little crazy sometimes, being as distractible as I can be, and so I'm my own worst critic. And in my head, I'm saying, oh, you should just do exactly, what it says, completely vanilla. Just open a file, drag in a bunch of kit bash stuff, make a road, add some trash to it, add a car in the scene, add some lights, you're done. I can do that. I can totally do that. That's just not, I'm totally trying to challenge myself. And because I do real world production so commonly, I know all the issues I would have later down the pipeline. So what I'm trying to do now, as I continually explore all of the assets, which there's a lot of them, is I'm trying to like sift and sort and say like what works for me, and then make it in a, I don't know why my brain works this way. I just constantly want to create an efficient workflow. And sometimes that requires me to go, what others would consider overboard. And then I tell myself that I'm going overboard, half because I feel that way, half because other people have told me that kind of stuff. But I know in my heart of hearts what the actual end game is here and what the benefit of me doing this stuff is. I always find myself in the middle of a project. Just as an example, I mean, I'm not being very orderly at all in do that. I'm not being orderly in any way whatsoever with my naming convention. If anything, I can just kind of sort by date, and that'll help me, be like, oh, the last thing I did on this other day or whatever. But I'm not really naming these in a way that would be super beneficial to me necessarily. But I do know what's going on here, because I name them like I name my songs and stuff. I have a bit of a photographic memory for what's going on inside something by naming it something weird, like that Michael Scott thing of giving people a name based on their your first impression of them or whatever. I just kind of do that with just about everything. My middle name is Scott, so sorry about that, guys. Anyway, I had some issues with this. Is probably not a really valuable file for me, but it was fun to take a moment to pose him. This is a valuable file, well, a valuable idea, but I brought this guy into it, and I didn't realize till he came back out of Mixamo that this rig is like off, scaled off incorrectly. So I have to hop back down the pipeline, and I got to go back into the assets, back into the models, back into cyberpunk characters, cyberpunk mercenary, and then I need to open this mercenary, and I need to get him with his rig And I always have this problem. I don't know if it's the mode that I'm in cinema over here on the left, but I always seem to be unable to scale the character without completely wrecking the rig because of the way that it binds. Let's see, Alt G to group those. See, he comes in with a sword, and I don't need that. Really take the merc back out of there. It's all good. So I'm going to keep adding stuff to this content browser as I go. So I'm just going to put this off to the side here. You guys will see it on the tiny little... Oh, it'll disappear, actually. I'll have to get it out of the way to get it back. Task manager over here. Close that out. There. Content browser, come back to me. So I have pure ref set to always on top. Which is really useful for a lot of reasons, but it also limits you when you go to put stuff over there. It just disappears, so gotta move it all around. Where can I find it? Go? I guess it'll go down here. I kept trying to like not put it down there, but I'm gonna do it because I want to be able to drag stuff out of here directly into the content browser. Speaking of which, we've got the mercenary, right? So if I just take him as he is here and I drag him in, so this is creating this additional folder that's kind of duplicating some of this stuff, but I don't mind because I've got plenty of hard drive space and I'd rather be more organized. New folder, and I can be like weapons, right? And then I can take these guns and put them into weapons, swords, weapons, and that's just so fun. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Cool. So the mercenary is here. He's rigged properly. I don't 100% know how to get him out into Mixamo, animated, and back without breaking his textures. But I'm going to show you guys what resulted from my experiment last night, which I thought was ridiculous. Start with the earliest version of the file and come out of the camera so we can see what's going on here. I'll change the display mode just so I don't kind of betray the situation necessarily just yet. It's really cool. So many amazing animations on Mixamo. This one is going to come in really handy. I'm going to be using this for one of my main shots. Basically, you know, without giving away too much, I have a narrative figured out. This is my hero character. He's going to be running from the soldier character, and you know, I don't know, rendezvousing with the female, or maybe, you know, making a drop off to these two other characters, the samurai and the woman, or something like that. But it's coming together, and some of the narrative has been developing off of kind of like camera angles and lighting, and just on the hero character. So as you can see, he does this run and he jumps. My initial idea here is to take this guy and to have him so it's like this, and I do a lot of you know, concert visuals and stuff, so I'm into loops a lot. Specifically for like Resolume usage and things like that. So I always want things to be super smooth, and it's good for the internet too. But if you can just get this just right and you zoom in just right, you can have it. So I'll just play it back now. He runs and he jumps and he runs and he jumps, right? So you get it. And I just really liked that, and I started to go with that. And once I went with it, then I got into this you know, this really close angle, but you can't tell what's going on here because it's not proper in the cinema viewport. But when I render it over here in Octane, you'll see what's going on. So the placement of the camera is kind of like this like upper, you know, corner, and as he goes and he runs by, like scoot. And so what I managed to do, and what I was so excited about, was that I can zoom out a little bit. There we go. I got him in this like circular like thing, and if I go over into my Octane camera, the universal camera settings, universal boop, I need to go into fisheye. I need to turn off this hard vignette. I don't know why I left that on before. Yeah, shout out Dope Fist for the awesome music. So this dude is like total vibe. Oh, I got somebody calling. I gotta get that. Hold up. I will mute myself. Five-minute break, y'all. I'll be right back. Enjoy the tunes.